W8WKY.
There's that KY guy again. This is KE8BZA. I will be your pre-net net controller tonight for the BeaconNet pre-show in less than a minute. And we will be kicked off by or it will kick off by our lovely announcer, as Chuck likes to refer to her as the hot chick, and Just Nick says that she's his girl. So there you have it. So let's see how much time we have here. We have 25 seconds, so please stand by.
The BeaconNet, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
And there she is. QST, QST, QST. I am Kilo Echo 8, Victor Zulu Alpha, KE8BZA. My personal is Eric, Echo Romeo India Charlie. I'll be your net control operator tonight for the pre-net, the BeaconNet pre-net, and we light up the nighttime airwaves every Sunday and Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. with pre-checks at 9:30. You can reach us on the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association's repeater in Doylestown, Ohio. That is W8WKY, and the frequency is 147 Mark 390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. You can also connect via Allstar Node number 48496. We'll connect you right into the Doylestown repeater. And Echolink, look for W8WKY-R. Anyway, there you have it. The BeaconNet pre-show is a controlled pre-net, so I ask that all traffic pass through net control, yours truly. At this point, we'll ask for any urgent or emergency traffic, and if you have any, feel free to break in at any time during the net, and if you have some right now, I'll take a pause for any. KE8BZA returning. All right, so that is good. No urgent or emergency traffic thus far. So we'll go ahead and check in with our net control team, affectionately known as our Mickey Mouse roll call by some. So let's go up and talk to Nick at Nite, KE8QKO, who will be our NCO tonight at the top of the hour. Nick, are you out there? How you doing? And are you ready to go at 10?
KE8BZA, KE8QKO. Yes, sir, I'm here. Tired, sore, did a bunch of work in the yard today. But I'm here. I'll be ready at 10. It's going to be a hoot and holler over net. Anyway, that'll pass it back to you, Eric, KE8QKO.
All right, Nick at Nite, good to hear you. You're sounding good on this end. We'll clear with KE8QKO, and let's roll on down and see if Dustin's out there tonight. KD8EPC, no responsibilities whatsoever. Are you out there tonight, Dustin? How you doing? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
KE8BZA and the BeaconNet pre-show. Good evening to you, Eric. This is KD8EPC. I'm going to be in and out tonight. All is well in the world. We're couches on the air, watching some TV and dozing off. So have a great net. We'll catch you all there later. This is KD8EPC. Back to pre-net control, 73.
All right, Dustin, very good. Yeah, couches on the air got me last Wednesday, man. I totally snoozed and missed the call for my turn. So anyway, that's how it goes sometimes. You have a good one, and enjoy Couches on the Air. and a little R&R. We'll clear with KD8 EPC. We'll check you in and out there, Dustin, 7-3. All right, next on the list is KD8 SLG, just Nick, who may have stepped out with the K9, but maybe he's back. How you doing, Nick? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
Wow, I don't know what that was. Am I here?
Yeah, you're there, just Nick. How you doing tonight? I don't know what that was either. Are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
Well, Charlotte has me out on patrol in the yard right now. I started using German commands with the miniature schnauzer. They seem to work better. And, yeah, I'm going to be around tonight. I just noticed someone up the street next house, they have like a 6-foot minion in their front yard. It's lit, blow up kind of. It's a minion. I'm going to be here, Eric. KD8 SLG, back to net control.
Awesome. Maybe you can introduce her to Hellschreiber. Anyway, that minion, man, we could have used that for field day this year. Anyway, good to hear you tonight. Got you on the log. We'll touch base with you in a bit. We'll clear with KD8 SLG. Let's roll on down to Josh and see if he's out there, W8HRF. How you doing tonight, Josh? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
K8VZA, W8HRF. Good evening, Eric, and all the Beacon netizens. I am doing well. Had a busy weekend with the wedding yesterday, and what else? Lucy's brother's shipping out for work tomorrow, so we hung out around the in-laws' house today and played a new board game, so that was kind of cool. It's themed around camels and bedding, so that was an interesting board game. That noise was the K8 KRG repeater. I don't know what was going on there, but I kicked it for now, and I'll try to reconnect it in a minute if the noise is all gone. I am going to be around for a little bit here, Eric, but don't, you can mark me in and out, because I am going to head upstairs a little early today. But I'll be lurking for a little bit, and then I'll kind of fade away. So, but anyways, I'll throw it back to you, sir. Thanks for doing the pre-show. K8VZA, W8HRF, 7-3 all.
All right, Josh, good to hear you tonight. Got you in and out, and happy lurking. And I'm looking forward to next Sunday on the COD, or whenever the 12th is. I think that's Sunday, right? I'll be there. I'll figure out the calendar thing. Anyway, thanks, Josh, 7-3. Let's go down and see if Lucy's out there, KE8YUK. How you doing tonight, Lucy, and are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
KE8VZA, KE8YUK. Hi, everybody. I am upstairs on the handy talkie sorting out laundry. Yeah, we've been super busy. I visited my aunt in Columbus on Wednesday. I went grocery shopping on Thursday. Friday, we were prepping for the wedding, and then Saturday was the wedding, and today was nice and relaxing. I took a 2-hour nap. Definitely could have done more, but grateful for what I got, and I'm energized enough to actually clean up around here because it is abysmal. So that's what I'm working on. You can give me a shout out. I'm going to lurk a little bit, but I don't know what my evening will hold. So I'll listen along until we decide to call it a night, or until I decide to call it a night, or maybe I'll still be here. Enjoy figuring that out. 73s, well, not 73s. Catch you down the log, pretty much. KE8YUK to KE8VZA.
W8WKY.
All right, Lucy. Well, you know, we're just going to leave you on the list. And if you're there, you're there. And if not, we know you went on to probably Never Land there. Dreamland, as I like to call it. Anyway, good to hear you tonight, Lucy. We'll clear with KE8YUK. Let's go down and touch base with Alan, KI5DAY. How you doing tonight, Alan? And are we ready to bagawk when it's time?
Sorry, Kilo India 5, Delta Alpha Yankee. Had a delay because my node keyed up right when you called me. Never keys up until somebody calls you. Isn't that amazing? But yeah, I'm ready to do some old trivia in the Bugak. Yeah, the thing that I patented that everybody's using these days. So we're going to have to start charging for people using Bugak, but please do. It's a nickel from now every time somebody uses it besides me. So I'm going to create a coffee fund out of that and take it to work with me. I am the coffee guy at work, and I'm going to use the coffee fund money from everybody that says Bugak. And I'm going to buy some good coffee besides just Folgers. KI5DAY. I'll be over here licking my 9-volt battery and waiting for my turn. Back to you.
All right there, Alan. Well, I hope the 9-volt battery is not at full charge anyway. Coffee, Folgers. We had to endure Maxwell House in between switching coffee vendors at work, and I know it's a first world problem, but man, I hate Maxwell House. I like Folgers. It's okay for mass-produced coffee, and definitely far, far better than Maxwell House, according to my palate. Your palate may vary. Anyway, good to hear you, Alan, and we'll touch base with you later. We'll clear with KI5DAY. That brings us to the end of our Mickey Mouse roll call. Let me take a break for time, and I'll read who I have thus far, and then we'll take some more check-ins. KE8VZA returning. This is the Beacon Net pre-show on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio. Let's see. Who do I have thus far? I have a handful, more than a handful. I have KA8MNT Tom, who checked in and out via the blue screen, 73 Tom. I have N8YMY John, K5CFY Ray, WV3K Phil, who also checked in and out via the blue screen, KE8ZRY Jeremy, KF8G Brian, KE8QFT Fred, KI5TAQ Taco Tim, KC8FQV Mark, and KI5RFI Mac. There you have it. That's who I have thus far. So anyone else that would like to get on the log before we work this list, please give me your call sign phonetically, alphabetically, with your name and location, and we'll get you on here. I'm KE8VZA, and I'm listening.
KE8RFK, Kilo Echo 8, Romeo Foxtrot Kilo, stopped by Summit Lake. I just wanted to be in and out and just saying hi.
November Tango, 8 Delta, NTAD, Dave, Copley, Ohio.
Whiskey Alpha 8, Kilo Oscar Charlie, WA8 KOC, Fred at Akron.
KF8, DTA, Kilo Foxtrot 8, Delta Tango Alpha, Jeff, New Franklin, in and out.
All right, let me pick it up there. KE8VZA returning. The first station we have on the list that I added on the list here in this last batch was KE8RFK Scotty, who checked in and out. 73 Scotty, thanks for checking in, and come back when you can stay a while. but there was also another station that doubled with Scotty. I'll read off who I have, and if you're not in these next three, I'll take a pause and give me a call again. I copied NT8D Dave, WA8KOC Fred, and KF8DTA Jeff, and Jeff was in and out. Got you there, Jeff, 7-3. So if you're not in that three there, give me a call.
Hey, FIJB. Command Dulce, what time?
This is Alpha Bravo 8 Mike Oscar, AV8MO on the Pennsylvania Turnpike.
FIJB, Command Dulce, what time?
All right, I think we figured it out here. Andy, AB8MO, I think that was you that doubled with Scotty. So got you on the log. Mobile on the PA Turnpike, if I copied correctly. And then after that, we picked up AF5JB, Matt, who is short time. So any other check-ins before we work the list, please call now.
Whiskey 8 Lima Yankee Oscar, John, North Ridgeville.
All right, very good, John. W8LYO, got you on the log. Let's go up to our short time station, AF5JB, Matt. Do you have any quick comments for the net before we touch base with the rest of the crew here?
Yeah, I do. I appreciate it. And beginning to get everybody else out there on the net. I had a pretty good weekend. Saw with one of my friends out of town. My other friend was at the car show. In Pacific town, but got to cities one of them. Everybody seemed to be doing pretty good in that part of the world in Langley, Oklahoma. So hang out there for a little bit. Go back and tell us about woke up this morning, played for the cars, played the World Horse Pie Band at main event, and had a good time there for a little bit. Go back home and play some Capcom bowling, some outrun, and his hat man. My little arcade cocktail table. That was a good time. Watched TV for a little bit. Had me a beer tomorrow's bed. Played my Saturday night. Kind of take it easy the holiday day and get ready for a whole day week here. So other than that, everything's going great. We got close to a full moon over the city, and it's currently 79 degrees. So far so good. Other than that, that's all I got. You guys have a good week out there to get in as well. City 3 and have me on, and I will catch y'all next time. And this is AF5JB, Matt. City Tulsa, Oklahoma. About to make a show. Thanks again.
All right, man. Very good. Thanks for checking in, and it's good to hear you. And you mentioned car show. I haven't been to one yet. And like summer's over. What did I do? What did I do wrong? Anyway, I think there's still a few that'll probably happen before it gets too cold and wet. So maybe I'll swing into one of them. But that's a good idea. Thanks for reminding me. You have a good week going forward. And 7-3, Matt. And we'll clear AF5JB, and let's go up to our mobile station, AB8MO. Andy, how are you this evening? How is your mobiling going, and are you going to stick around for the big show?
W8WKY.
KE8VZA from AB8MO. Well, mobiling, well, at least on my leg of the trip is going uneventful. I'm coming back from a Christian men's weekend that I staffed down in Virginia. And we're just barely inside Virginia, north central Virginia, almost in West Virginia. Very pretty area down there. So I carpooled with a bunch of friends to Pittsburgh. And now I got to do the driving from Pittsburgh to home. So I'm just crossing 376 over here on the PA Turnpike. And I'll be around as long as I don't lose internet connectivity. I actually started off in Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania, which is where the other 015 resides. So I'm looking down. I've got it on 147.015, and it's full scale here in Pittsburgh, but it's definitely not W8OKE. So I'll just stay on Echo Stick, provided it behaves. And by the way, it's completely non-compatible with Android Auto, in case anybody was wondering. Back to you, KE8VZA from AB8MO Mobile. I'll get it out. I'm tired.
All right, Andy. Got you on the log here. Hopefully your cell connection will maintain itself. And yeah, too bad about Android Auto compatibility there. Bummer. Anyway, we'll clear with AB8MO for now. Let's go up to the top of the list here. John, N8YMY. How you doing tonight, John? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
KE8VZA, N8YMY. Good evening, Eric and the rest of the net. I tell you what, we had a very productive day today. We spent the morning in the garage working on the side gig. For those of you who don't know, I make high-end cat furniture when I'm not working at my regular job. And speaking of that, we actually had to go in for a couple hours at the regular job and got home and still had time to go out to dinner and then played a little HF radio. And I think I am going to be one and done tonight, and I'll let you punch my ticket. We'll be warming them transistors up on the repeater in the morning. So with that, Eric, have a great net, and I will 7-3s, N8YMY.
Okay, John, got you on the log in and out, and thanks for checking in with us. Sounds like you definitely had a full day. Holy cow. Anyway, get some good sleep tonight, and yeah, give those transistors a nice warm-up before the net in the morning. Thanks. We'll clear with N8YMY. Let's go down to Ray, K5CFY. How you doing tonight, Ray? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
KE8VZA, K5CFY. Good evening, Eric. Great job there on the pre-net. We definitely enjoy that. And yes, I definitely hanging around and listening for the trivia. So I'll give it back to you. Grab a bunch more check-ins. K5CFY.
Well, it's good to hear you tonight, Ray. Got you on the log and sticking around. So we'll clear with K5CFY. Let's go down to Jeremy, KE8DRY. How you doing, Jeremy? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
KE8VZA, this is KE8ZRY. Good evening, Eric, and everybody on the net so far. I'm going to try and stick around. I am quite tired, so if it comes around to that time where I'm called, I don't answer, I might have turned in. But again, I'm going to try and stay up. So until then, I will say 73s and pass it back over to you. This is KE8ZRY.
No worries, Jeremy. Give it your best shot. I'll leave you on the log here. If you're there, you're there. If you're not, we know where you went. Anyway, we'll clear with KE8ZRY. Let's go down to Brian, KFAG. How you doing, Brian? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
Yeah, I'll stick around.
And you were asking about car shows. Car shows are starting to dry up. The last Corvette one was Saturday, so. And the cruise-ins are starting to settle down. So there's not much left going on. Back to net, KFAG.
All right, Brian. Yeah, I may have missed the boat. Anyway, good to hear you tonight. Got you on the log. We'll clear with KF8G. Let's go down and talk to Fred, KE8QFT. How you doing, Fred? And are you going to stick around tonight?
Well, yeah, I will. Yeah, I will. If Alan lets me out of the corner. KE8QFT. Back to pre-net.
I don't know, Fred. That was a funny joke. I don't think there was anything. It's definitely rated G. So I don't know how you got corner time for that. I might have missed something. Anyway, got you on the log there, Fred. We'll clear with KE8QFT. Let's go down to Taco Tim, KI5TAQ. How you doing, Tim? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
Good evening there, guys. This is KI5TAQ. Yes, I'm sticking around for the net. The answer to the question of how Fred got cornered, it's called Alan. This is KI5TAQ.
Right, Tim. Yep, Alan's on the scene. Anyway, we got you on the log sticking around. We'll clear with KI5TAQ. Let's go down and touch base with Mark, KC8FQV. How you doing tonight, Mark? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
Okay, so that's a silly question. When you check into net, you should stay for the whole thing. You know, like you go to class. You check into the class when the bell stay for the whole class. But yeah, we'll stay around. I'd like to check into the Aurora, the board and breaker net through DV switch, and not that's what I use, but I always have to go in some other route to get to them unless I dial in on the phone. But eventually, someday I might get a node, but I have to be more sure of not getting this stuff, you know. Well, there's people that just want to take you off and say, you don't need to be here. So, when you have them kinds of people, there's a guy out in Seattle, Washington. There's one guy in Texas with the Alaskan net. There's the World Friendship net. When you have people like that, it does not make me want to spend money on something that they can turn into a rock. So let's send it back, KSFQV. And if they don't like hearing that stuff, then they should start respecting their elders and their colleagues. Say KSFQV.
All right, Mark, very good. Got you on the log. We'll clear with KC8FQV. Let's go down and touch base with Mac, KI5RFI down in Arkansas. How you doing, Mac? And are you going to stick around for the main net tonight?
KI5RFI. Good evening, Eric, and everybody on the Beacon net so far. Beautiful day here in the Ozarks, and I had a good nap today, so I will be sticking around for the big show there. And with that, take it back to net control, KI5RFI.
All right, Mac, very good. We had beautiful weather up here all weekend. Good to hear you did too. We got you on the log, sticking around. We'll clear with KI5RFI. Let's go down to NT8D, Dave. How you doing, Dave? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
W8WKY.
Yeah,
Roger. I'm going to give it my best shot. I think I can make it through the first round at least. So I've been up till 1 o'clock in the morning the past several nights, so I ain't going to be able to fall asleep right away, even though I would like to, because I got to get up and run the barometer net tomorrow. So I'll stick around, and maybe I'll talk to you guys 7 a.m. NTAT, back to net.
All right, Dave, very good. Give it your best shot, and we surely appreciate you being NCO on Mondays for the barometer net. Looking forward to that, as usual. We'll clear with NTAD now, and let's go down to Fred, WA8KOC. I apologize, Fred. I like to come to people who I suspect might be short time or in and out, and I just got a little bamboozled and just went to the top of the list. So how you doing tonight? And are you going to stick around, or are you going to get your ticket punched?
Hey, good evening, Eric. Good evening to everybody else in here enjoying the net with you. KE8VZA, WA8KOC. Well, actually, Wednesday I stuck around and played trivia, and it was pretty good. I enjoyed it, and don't often get to do that. But this evening, it's been a long weekend. A lot of stuff going on. Pretty full-packed. That's the way I'll put it. So I think I'm just going to go and check in and out, turn in, get a nice shower, turn in, and spend some time with my darling bride chatting a little bit, remembering what we did this weekend. So thanks for taking my check-in. I hope that you and everybody else have a good net this evening. I look forward to talking to you in the future, pal. 7-3 to you and everybody else. KE8VZA, WA8KOC.
All right, Fred, consider your parking validated. And thanks for stopping by at 7-3. And we look forward to hearing you on the barometer net in the coming week. Anyway, we'll clear with W8KOC, and let's go down to John, W8LYO. How you doing tonight, John? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
Hi, Eric. Yeah, I'll try to stick around for the main net. I'm just, I upgraded the 700 machine, the Allstar to version 3 on Friday, and did the audio adjust, so just wondering how the audio sounds and how are things going, and I will try to stick around. Back to K8VZA.
All right, John, very good. Thanks for doing the upgrade. And you're sounding pretty good. I'm assuming you're coming from the 700 via Allstar into the 3.9. And your audio is nice and clear. And it sounds a little louder than it was before, maybe a little bit. So I'll take that as a good sign. But anyway, thanks for checking in. We got you on the log sticking around. We'll clear with W8LYO. Let's go down to John, W8TD. I picked you up from the blue screen, John, when you weren't looking. Anyway, how you doing tonight, and are you going to stick around for the main net?
Oh, okay, yeah, I was just snooping. Do not plan to be around for the net itself, and therefore wasn't going to intrude on this conversation, but since you called, yeah, I'm here. Everything is doing good. The previous station, coming in from 700, you might let him know that he's light in audio compared to everybody else. That's the kind of thing he probably would like to know. Other than that, everybody have a good... Hope everybody had a good weekend. Hope everybody has a good week. Let's see. I can't see. KE8QKO and then W8TD.
All right, John, very good. Good to hear you tonight. Got you on the log sticking around. I'm actually KE8VZA. I do the pre-show. Nick at Nite's waiting in the green room for me to give him the high sign here. But John, previous station W8LYO, we kind of have a reference point, and what you said is true, and obviously I should have said that, but I was talking to him in relative terms of what it was before, the upgrade in what it sounds like to me now. Anyway, we got you on the log. We'll clear with W8TD for now, and let's go up KE8QKO. We've gone through all the check-ins thus far. Are you ready to take it away there, Nick?
KE8BZA, KE8QKO. Yes, sir, I'm ready. Let's do this thing. All right, good evening and welcome to the Beacon Net. My name is Nick. My call sign is KE8QKO, Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Kilo Oscar, and I'll be net control for the evening. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here at the WEWKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink WAWKY-R. This is a directed net. All traffic must pass through net control. We are linked in with our friends in Oklahoma, the Fireside Network, and various other repeaters, and we ask that you key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit so we hear everything you've got to say. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now. All right, nothing heard there. Any stations that have not already checked into the pre-show that would like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed alphabetically, along with your name and location.
KE8QKO, K4OG, Kilo 4 Oscar Golf, Mark, and in and out. I might be back.
This is November 5, X-Ray, Charlie X-Ray, N5, XCX. I'm in Texas now.
This is Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor, Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor, Kevin in Valley Springs, California, in and out, double D's, Delta and Delta.
SSR Jeanette in Grapevine, Texas.
All right, I'm going to take it right there. All right, I've got K4OG Mark, who's in and out, but might come back, so go ahead and recheck if you want to come back, Mark. Well, I'm happy to take your check-in. I have N5XCX Woods. I have K6KJV Kevin, and then there is Jeanette that called in after Kevin. We did not catch your call sign, Jeanette. Can you come back with your call sign phonetically twice, please?
I sure can. It's Kilo India 5 Sierra Sierra Romeo Sugar Sugar Radio KI5 SSR.
All right, thank you, ma'am. I got you in Kilo India 5 Sierra Sierra Romeo. I got you checked in. Okay, is there anyone else who would like to check into the Beacon Net? Please call now. All right, no more check-ins. We got all the check-ins from the pre-show, and we got these check-ins from the Beacon Net. We're going to go up and talk to our trivia masters, get our trivia questions read. We're going to go through all the check-ins, and then once we get back to the bottom of this list, looks like we also have a check-in for the blue screen, AI5Q. But once we get to the bottom of the list here, then we'll open up for more check-ins. So if you did not make it in, you will have a chance to check in, and we will call for you in a little bit. So first, we're going to go talk to Eric, K8BZA, to get the primary question read. Eric, take it away.
W8WKY.
KE8QKO, KE8VZA here with the main trivia. a 2 to 4 band GSM digital microwave radio transceiver that operates near 850 megahertz and or 1900 megahertz, used by many with or without a ham license, would be called which of the following? Alpha, illegal operation, a license is always required for such a radio. Or Bravo, no such radio exists. Or Charlie, phone. Or Delta, a D-Star transceiver that's only sold in Japan. Take a break for time and come back and read it a second time. KE8VCA returning with the main trivia question. A 2 to 4 band GSM digital microwave radio transceiver that operates near 850 megahertz and or 1900 megahertz, used by many with or without a ham license, would be called which of the following? Alpha, illegal operation, a license is always required for such a radio. Bravo, no such radio exists. Charlie, a cell phone. Delta, a D-Star transceiver sold only in Japan. I'll put this in the blue screen momentarily. KE8VZA back to net control.
All right, thank you, Eric. Got my answer written down. We'll see how it works out later. Next, we're going to talk to KI5DAY Alan to get the alternate question. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY, alrighty, I guess we're ready for some alternate trivia, huh? Good question, Eric. That's a tough one. All I could think about was microwave popcorn when you started talking all that, but let me drop this for a second. I'll give you tonight's alternate trivia question. Alright, KI5DAY returning. Tonight's alternate trivia question is as follows. There are so many strangely named things many have likely never heard of. One of these things is named black sapote. So which one of these things is black sapote? Is it A, the name commonly used in the bayous of Louisiana for a black mountain lion? Is it B, a very dark plant similar to ginger root used for medicinal values and minerals? C, a fruit that resembles chocolate pudding? Or D, what Grandma Cornwaldo being called the mess in her coffee can where she spat her chewing tobacco. Let me let this reset and I'll reread it. Here we go, one more time. There are so many strangely named things that many have likely never heard of. One of these things is named black sapote. So which one of these things is black sapote? Is it A, the name commonly used in the bayous of Louisiana for a black mountain lion? Is it B, a very dark plant similar to ginger root used for medicinal values and minerals? Is it C, a fruit that resembles chocolate pudding? Or D, what Grandma Cornwaldo being called the mess in her coffee can where she spat her chewing tobacco? KI5DAY, back to net. Oh, God.
All right, well, thank you all for another great alternate trivia question. I got my answer written down, and I'll give it out when we talk to the net control team. This is KE8QKO on the WWKY repeater, 147 Mark 390 positive offset with a PL total of 114 Mark 8. Right on the Beacon Net. We got everybody checked in, and we got our trivia questions read, so we're going to start running through our list of check-ins. Our first two stations here are in and out. That's KA8MNT and N8YMY, which takes us down to K5CFY, Ray. How you doing, Ray? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO and the net. Good evening there, Nick at Nite. Doing a great job there. Wave a hand there, Eric on the keyboard. Doing fine down here. We've had some pretty hot weather, but they say it's going to cool off. I hope so. But anyway, I just got off of my Google, and it says I'm going to go with Charlie and Bravo. So there you go, Alan. K5 CFY. Back to you.
right, well, thank you, Ray. And there you have it. The official Google answer is Charlie and Bravo. Our next station is in and out. That's WV3K, which is going to take us down to KE8ZRY. Jeremy, how you doing, Jeremy? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO, this is KE8ZRY. Good evening, Nick, and everybody on the net. So far, not much going on tonight, just doing some relaxing before we start work again this week. Had a pretty good weekend. Was over in Wadsworth on Saturday, all day pretty much. Son played a couple of baseball games, and his team took the fall ball championship, so that was fun. That was pretty much it for my weekend. My trivia answers are going to be Charlie and Charlie, and with that, I will pass it back over to Net Control and bid everybody 73s. Good evening, this is KE8ZRY.
All right, well, thank you, Jeremy. Got your answer down there for Charlie and Charlie. And yeah, it was a very busy weekend indeed. Actually, kind of almost down in your area this week. I went down to Worcester for a soccer game on Saturday. But yeah, not too bad. Decent weekend. Next, we have K8QFT, Uncle Fred. How you doing, Fred? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, let's just guess at the trivia. DNC. Boy, you kind of snuck up on me tonight. Wasn't quite ready for that. But there it is. I planned this day to do 24 hours of radio. I will be on duty 24 hours, seeing who I can contact and where. And I'll be right here should someone call. You know, something like, let me break for a minute. Like we used to have to do in the Army sometimes on the weekend, you'd get what they call charge of quarters. And CQ, not to be confused with the term that's used in ham radio as far as CQ. You had to be there, someone has to be there to make sure that good order and discipline is administered in the barracks. And also, in case there's some kind of emergency, the Red Cross calls, someone has to get home on emergency leave, that type of thing. Anyhow, I intend to be up 24 hours, starting with the barometer net at 0700 and running 24 consecutive hours. KE8QFT, back to Net Control.
All right, well, thank you, Fred. That's a lot of work. So, yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll leave my radio on. I probably won't be up, unfortunately, but I'll leave my radio on. Hey, I know you said your answers. I heard them, but I didn't register them and not show you up in the net logger. Can you repeat your trivia answers, please?
W8WKY.
Well, I didn't have enough time to really research them. Well, yeah, I just said Charlie and Charlie. I believe. No, Delta and Charlie.
Copy that, sir. Yeah, Delta and Charlie. That's right. You said you started to say Charlie and Charlie. Like, wait, that doesn't sound right. But yeah, Delta and Charlie. That's what it was. All right. Thank you, Fred. And yeah, maybe I'll try to get on with you and we'll talk to you, but not late at night. That's going to be too late. And apparently I skipped over a check-in, so I'm going to go back up and talk to him. That's KF8G, Brian. How you doing, Brian? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
here I was starting to feel a little left out. Oh my goodness gravy. I think Gary was running the net. Oh, you know my answers, my usual 42 and Cornwaldo beans. Oh, I don't know what it is with the one fellow's audio. I can never hear him. I've got the radio turned up pretty good. I might stick an external speaker on here and see if that helps out. But I don't know much. Tomorrow I'm leading a pack of Corvettes from Canton to G&R Tavern for fried bologna sandwiches at noon, so that'll be fun. Last nice day coming up here for a while, at least in decent temperatures. I think it looks like it's supposed to rain Tuesday, and originally I heard Wednesday too, but Thursday and Friday are very, very cool, so enjoy the upcoming fall weather. And with that, I'll turn it back to the net. KF8G.
All right, well, thank you, Brian. Got your answer down there for 42 and Cornwaldo Breen. And yeah, I'll tell you what, a fried bologna sandwich sounds fantastic. And yeah, I was talking to my wife about the rain. She said it was supposed to rain tomorrow and Tuesday, but then she double-checked and said that it shifted to Tuesday pretty much all day and Wednesday morning, which is great because I got some stuff to do tomorrow night. I have stuff to do every night, so that actually is kind of nice that Tuesday I won't be able to do any yard work. I got a whole bunch of stuff to do outside. I'm trying to get it all done before fall really comes in. So, big project. Anyway, that's how life goes. So, I'll miss Tuesday, but maybe I can do something on Wednesday. It's going to be an every night thing for a while. Anyway, yeah, thanks for checking in there, Brian. And yeah, enjoy that fried bologna. Man, that sounds great. I want one right now. Next we have KI5TAQ Taco Tim. How you doing, sir? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Good evening there. This is KI5TAQ. Well, I'm just up to a little bit of everything. And let me get the trivia answers out of the way, or the trivia questions. First question, I'm going to answer as Charlie. The second, the alternate question is Charlie. And we'll let it go at that. With that, I'm just going to get ready to stay up for a little bit and wait for you guys to make the answers, and I might hit the hay. At least I won't hit it so hard that I'll have all the hay flying. Oh. Then, of course, I might think about maybe, who knows what, tomorrow morning. Maybe some chicken nuggets again. No, wait a minute. I already had that today with some ranch sauce. I'll send it back to Net Control and let you get on down the list. This is KI5TAQ.
All right, thank you, Tim. Got you down for Charlie and Charlie. Thanks for checking in there, sir. I appreciate it. This is KAQKO on the WWKR repeater 147 Mark 390 positive, also with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And our next station is KC8 FQV. Mark, how you doing, Mark? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KCFK. I just picked Charlie, I think. I didn't get to look at him all the way. Look, Charlie. And it's funny, people like following me around nets and nets. But then they don't want me to come to their nets. So, we'll send it back to Net Control. And they say, oh, no. Yeah, sure. There's all kind of crap going on out there. That's why I don't want to invest in a clear node, because people could turn it into a rock. So back it comes, KCFQB.
All right, well, thank you, Mark. And I think for Alan, we also got you down for Charlie and Charlie. Thanks for checking in there. Next we have KI5 RFI Mac. How you doing, Mac? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, good evening from Springdale, Arkansas. Beautiful day here in the Ozarks. I got on, fired up my old fired up my old Icon 7200 today, and made about 11 or 12 contacts on 20 meters, hunting POTUS guys down, and I had a good time doing that today. My answers to the trivia questions, I'm going to go with the main one. I'm pretty sure the answer is C there, and I'm going to take a wild guess on Alan's questions and say C there also. Don't really know, but that sounds like a good answer there. With that, I'll send it back to net control and say 73, guys.
All right, thank you, Mac. Got your answer down there for Charlie and Charlie. Next we have, next station is In and Out. That's K8RFK, which is going to take us down to NT8D. Dave, the Monday Morning Master. How you doing, Dave? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Hey, good evening, everybody. I made it up to the trivia question, and I have no clue what the answers are. I'll go with Bravo and Bravo. Give me a BB. And I'm not up to much anymore, just trying to figure out if I want to snack on anything else before I hit the hay. Get up in the morning, do the barometer net, got to hit the dentist, and then we got a rehearsal in the evening. I don't have any pianos tomorrow, which is nice, but I'm going to see if I can't wrangle the chick who did Patsy Cline up in Cleveland to come down and sing a couple of tunes with our big bands. I think she would be really good. Had a great voice, better than any other singers with the local bands I've heard around here. You know, I mean, there's Helen Welch up in Cleveland, but there's the local vocalists don't hit that class, so I think she'd be really good. So I'm kind of excited about adding some new flavor to our band. And let's see. I'm gonna try to do. I got planning to do the con on the 12th and Fox Hunt later here in Akron with the Sarah group. So just a fun month. Ham radio. Weather's been absolutely fabulous. I hope it holds out till after Halloween. I need to get one more sailing day in, at least one more. I'm back to net control. Fun to hang out with everybody tonight. NTAD.
All right. Well, thank you, Dave. Got your answers down there for Bravo and Bravo. Yeah, good luck in getting that singer down for your band. That sounds like a lot of fun. Next station, then we have two more stations here that are In and Out. That's WA8KOC and KF8DTA, which is going to take us down to AB8MO. Andy from the land of snow and maple syrup. How you doing, Andy? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
W8WKY.
KAQKO, the Beacon Net from AB8MO, westbound on the PA Turnpike. Yes, I know it's expensive. I don't normally drive the PA Turnpike because it's so expensive, but I wanted to save some time getting home. Echo Stink, as our dear friend Alan calls it, cut out on me twice when Eric was reading the answers to his question. I heard the question twice, and I missed the answers twice, if you can believe that. So I need to repeat just on the answers for his question, if you wouldn't mind.
All right, I can do that, Andy, but my OCD part of my brain is going to make me reread both questions and both answers. So we're going to get that, just in case anybody else out there needs it. We've had some people show up with the blue screen, and they might need it as well. So we're going to go talk to K8VZA to have him read the primary question. Eric, take it away.
KQKO in the group, KE8VZA here with main trivia. A 2 to 4 band GSM digital microwave radio transceiver that operates near 850 megahertz and or 1900 megahertz, used by many with or without a ham license, would be called which of the following? Alpha, illegal operation. A license is always required for such a radio. Bravo, no such radio exists. Charlie, a cell phone? Or Delta, a D-Star transceiver sold only in Japan. KE8VZA back to net control.
All right, thank you, sir. KI5DAY, can you read the alternate trivia, please?
KI5DAY, I'm not reading anything until I get a fried bologna sandwich with mustard. Hi. Yeah, I guess I'll read it. Okay, here we go. Tonight's alternate trivia question is, there are so many strangely named things that many have likely never heard of. One of those things is named black sapote. Which one of these things is black sapote? Is it A, the name commonly used in the bayous of Louisiana for a black mountain lion? Is it B, a very dark plant similar to ginger root used for medicinal values and minerals? Is it C, a fruit that resembles chocolate pudding? Or D, what Grandma Cornwaldo Bean called the mess in her coffee can where she spat her chewing tobacco? KI5DAY, back to net.
All right, thank you, Alan. Let's go back down to AB8MO and get his answers for the trivia. Andy, take it away.
Okay, well, I was just waiting for it to screw up a third time, but fortunately I didn't have any blips that time. Those are cellular phone bands, so I guess that would be C for that one, or Charlie, and I'm going to go B, Bravo, on the second answer. So, let's see here, at the 16-mile marker, so that means I'm about that far away from the Ohio state line, and right about at the state line on the turnpike is where Newberry starts coming in. Although I'm still hearing Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania quite strong over here. So I don't know if I'll connect it up on Allstar or not. It'll definitely make it a little bit easier to listen to than trying to deal with Echolink. So I just, once I get in range, I might connect the repeater. So I got from here, had a great weekend. It was a great time connecting with a bunch of other friends, none of which are hams, but hey, that's okay. So enjoying it nonetheless. So I got from Elwood City, which incidentally is, I'm trying to think of this call. Years ago, we would get a guy checking on a local net on 147015. His name was Bob, and he was from Elwood City, Pennsylvania. So if I had a base antenna on my house, I probably could hit the repeater, but it's still a little too far out for mobile. But I'm passing the Elwood City exit, so it reminds me of Elwood City Bob, as we would call. But he may not even be with us anymore. That was over 20 years ago that I remember that. But I always think of him when I pass this exit. I was going to say something else. It's gone now. So I guess I'll throw it back to Net. Thanks for picking me up there, Nick. Oh, hello to Jeanette. I haven't heard her in like forever, in a hot minute. So special hello to the kisser over there. That's what I was going to say. Back she comes. This is AB8MO Mobile.
All right, thank you, Andy. This is K8QKO on the WWKY repeater 147, mark 39, positive offset with a PL total 114 mark 8. Going through our check-ins to the Beacon Net. All right, bit to unpack there. I remember when I was younger, we used to have a 107.9 The End out of Cleveland. It was a radio station that played a lot of alternative music. And in my, late teens, early 20s. It was a great radio station my friends and I all enjoyed. When I drove back from D.C. to come home, I always, right around where you are, I would turn on my radio and I would switch to that radio station because that was my favorite radio station from where I grew up and I lived, or used to live at the time. And one day I was driving home and I turned the radio station on and they changed format. And I was like, oh no. I was really bummed out. I didn't know what was going on until I got home. My friends told me that they had changed format and that they had, when they did the format change, they played It's the End of the World as We Know It for 24 hours. So, I don't know, funny story, made me think of that, and that's what I wanted to share. Yeah, all right, anyway, next station we have was short time / in and out, that's AF5JB, and that's going to take us down to W8LYO, John. How you doing, John? What do you have for the beacon out tonight?
WWYO, yeah, not much going on today. Just spent the whole day really watching football from 9 o'clock this morning. Of course, the Browns lost, and that wasn't good. But for my trivia, I'm going to go with Charlie and Bravo tonight. I'll send it back to QKO. Nick, it's all yours.
All right, well, thank you, John. Got your answer down there for Charlie and Bravo. And, yeah, I should also add, I also thought of this, too, from what Andy said about the turnpike tolls in Pennsylvania. Back when I did that drive, the turnpike, the tolls from Breezewood all the way through until where 80 and 76 came together, came out to an even $6.50. You're not going to find that today. That was a great turnpike rate. Anyway, thanks for checking in there, John. Appreciate it. Next, we have W8TD, John. How you doing, John? What do you have for the beacon at tonight? Whiskey 8 Tango Delta, John, are you out there? And do you have comments for the beacon net? All right, yeah, a little bit of static. I don't know if that was John or not, but we can mark him down, and maybe if he wants to come back, he can always recheck. And that's going to take us down to where our regular check-in starts. K4OG Mark was in and out. That's going to take us down to N5KBD, Peter. How you doing, Peter? And what do you have for the beacon at tonight?
W8WKY.
All right, nothing here from Peter there. He's on NetLogger. He was not on my paper log. So maybe he showed up on the blue screen and just hopped in and hopped out. I didn't hear any back from him. So we'll give him one more call. November 5, Kilo Bravo Delta. Peter, are you out there? Do you have comments for the beacon net? All right, nothing heard there. Let's go down to the November 5 X-Ray, Charlie. X-Ray Woods. How you doing, Woods? What do you have for the beacon net tonight?
Yeah, that would be me. And for the trivia, I'll go with Charlie and Bravo. Name is Woody, W-O-O-D-Y. I'm normally in Florida, today in Texas.
All right, well, copy that, Woods. Thanks for checking in there. Yeah, I saw Your QSL said you were in Tavares, Florida, I think, on Dunedin Boulevard. I'm not sure where that is. For what it's worth, my grandparents, before they, well, grandfather since passed, but they ended up moving up to Charlotte, and but my dad lives down there in Dunedin. So I've been down to that area a fair bit over the years. If you're down there. Anyway, yeah, I went down there one year. Got to actually visit Wade after he moved down there. Not sure if you're familiar with our good friend Wade on the net. But yeah, been down to if that's the correct area. I'm not sure exactly where that town is, but we're familiar with the name of your street. Yeah, anyway, enjoy your time in Texas. I would love to go spend some time in Texas and just have some good barbecue. We got your answers down for Charlie and Bravo. Our next two stations are In and Out. That's Casey's KJV with his double D's and KI5 SSR. Which is going to take us down to AI5Q. Wait. Kilo India 5, Sierra Sierra Romeo. Jeanette, I have you not marked as In and Out, but the net logger has you marked as In and Out. So if you're out there and you want to come back, I'm going to give you a moment to come back with your comments. All right, nothing heard there. Perhaps she was In and Out and I missed it, and Eric caught it, so I just want to make sure we have that covered. Let's go talk to AI5Q Jairus. How you doing, Jairus? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, howdy, AI5Q here, and Jeanette put on the blue screen that she had to go and she was In and Out, so it was a blue screen modification to her check-in. Which is why you didn't have it marked down and that logger did. But anyway, you already got my answers for trivia. Charlie and Bravo, CB, the best radio ever created by anyone ever, anytime, because you can say whatever you want, whenever you want. However, and they can't do anything about it. So, 10-4, good buddy. AI5Q.
All right, thank you, Jairus. Gosh, you guys done it for Charlie and Bravo. Yeah, CV was a great radio. It still is, I think. I haven't used it. I played around when I was a kid. My friends would have CV radios in their cars. I never had one in mine, but they had CV radios in their cars, and then they also had them hooked up to a speaker that played outside the car, and we would drive around being teenagers and saying things over the radio and the speaker. Yeah, that was great. Anyway, thanks for checking in there, Jairus. Got your answers down for Charlie and Bravo. Next, before I go next, this is KAQKO on the WWK repeater 147 Mark 390 positive, also the PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And our next station is KF5 ADE Nickelodeon, back in Texas, I assume. And yeah, good to see you here in Ohio there, Nick. But how you doing? And what do you have for the Beacon Net?
Good evening, all, and yeah, we're doing good. We're in the kitchen watching Sandy put together the son's sandwiches. She does a week's worth of sandwiches. It's kind of like a wrap of some sort. It's got some spicy jalapeno or ghost-type cheese I brought back from Ohio, and it's not the place that I got it from. They refuse to cut it because then they have to stop their blade, because it's so hot, they say. Well, we'll see just how hot it is when Nick sits in rates it. But this says the ghost pepper Monterey Jack, and then they have a cheddar with jalapeno. He says it's got a nice zing to it, but it's not all that hot. But they do sell that in the slice version. So I brought back some Ohio cheese for him to try off, and we'll see what it's like. Other than that, it's been a pretty good week. Not been doing a whole awful lot around here except for trying to do some project for Sandy, some cabinet type things, but hopefully I'm doing okay with it, but we'll see at the end. Other than that, I guess I better get my trivia before I get timed out here. I'm going to go with Charlie and Charlie. I was looking at the questions on the not blue screen, but the RagChew app, and I was trying to get Sandy to read them because Alan's question was just way over the top. It's like I couldn't even pronounce it, but I just took a stab, and I'm going to go with the C on that one. So it's CNC for my answers. I don't know what she's going to do. Maybe she'll just do a best guess for herself. KF5 AD, back to net control.
All right. Well, thank you, Nick. Got your answers down there for Charlie. And I'm curious where you got the cheese from. And I don't know if you've ever been there. This might have been where you went, but it's a bit of a drive from where your kids are. But if you ever go to Grandpa's Cheese Barn, they have a few locations. Their main location is south of Lodi off of I-71. They have a ton of different cheeses there. So if you like buying cheese of any flavor or concoction, they have a ton of them. But they're down that way. So if you went there, and if you did go to Grandpa's Cheese Barn, my favorite thing to get there, they have these cheese spreads you can buy in a little tub. They have a horseradish cheddar cheese spread. Freaking amazing. I can sit there with a bag of crackers and just eat that whole thing for an hour. It's fantastic. Not a lot of heat, but that horseradish kick to the cheddar cheese just goes perfectly with it. Anyway, thanks, Nick. Got you checked in, and let's go talk to KG5 SYC, Miss Sandy. How you doing there? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
This is KG5 SYC, and not a whole lot. Just trying to keep up with the house and the projects I've got started and wanted to do and stuff when Nick was gone, and so I had a few of them in the making, and so he gets to either help me or get in the way, and some of it he's doing good. Others, well, we're going to have our challenges because what I like, he doesn't see eye to eye, or he forgets that of what I tell him. So, I guess that goes being a guy and having a wife. But nonetheless, I'm just going to ditto my husband's answers because I didn't hear him, and I will just go with the CC for Cibolo, Texas. There you go. KG5SYC. Back to you, Net Control.
W8WKY.
All right, thank you, Sandy. We got you down for CC for Cibolo, Texas. Thanks for checking in there, ma'am. And thank you for lending us Mr. Nick for a little while. I know I didn't get to see him a lot, but I got to see him. Next, we have K8LYJ, Bob. How you doing, Bob? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Hey, good evening. This is K88LYJ. Not doing too bad. Spent a nice quiet afternoon after church, relaxing with some ice and snuggling the cat and listening to good music. That was a nice change of pace. Then had guests over for our Sunday night game night, and that wrapped up, and I looked at the clock, and hey, there was still time to get on the Beacon Net. And I'd already caught up with the trivia questions on the blue screen, but then you read them again, and it's like, oh, I didn't have to mess with that jumpy screen after all. But I'm going to go with Charlie and Bravo. Yeah, the Old Citizens Band. And, by the way, good recommendation on Grandpa's Cheese Barn. We got one here right in Norton on Cleveland-Maslin Road, just north of Norton Center. So it's nice and convenient here. I'll give it back to you, KA8LYJ.
All All right, thank you, Bob. Got your answer down there for Charlie and Bravo. Yeah, that was a pretty good one. Granted, I've been moving into shop. My in-laws live in Columbus, and they've been there. They moved there almost 20 years ago. My wife and I got married. We were on a honeymoon. They went down to Columbus and pretty much purchased the house that weekend. We were on a honeymoon. So for many years, we were making a lot of trips between Akron and Columbus, and always stop at Grandpa's Cheese Barn. And then since then, they've started opening up more stores. They have the one that you just talked about. They also have one at Belden Village down in Canton. But the main store has a much better selection. Plus, they have the candy store right next door, which is also really awesome. So, always like going to Grandpa's Cheese Barn. It's a fun place to shop. Okay, and then before I identify, I'm going to talk to our last station, and that's going to be VK2DY Robert. How you doing, Robert? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Good afternoon. This is Robert, VK2DY in Northwestern Sydney, where it is 1:49 p.m. Monday afternoon, Australian Eastern Daylight Time. We did a thing on Sunday. We sprang forward our clocks, so it's now an hour later, and I'm just getting used to all the U.S. nets being an hour later here for me to go to. But anyway, we are now in daylight savings time until next autumn, so that's one thing. It is currently 29, which is 84 Fahrenheit. I think that's the correct math. Sun is behind the clouds at the moment, so we probably won't get any warmer than that. But the forecast for the rest of the week has highs in the low to mid 80s Fahrenheit. So looks like a very nice spring week shaping up here. It's a holiday in New South Wales. It's Labor Day here. Not all states have the same Labor Day, but at any rate, ours is here. And so everybody's out and about. It's also the middle of spring break for the kids. So lots of traffic out there, lots of people going here, there, and everywhere. And you have to be real careful because they also do double demerits here. So you get, if you get a speeding ticket, you get twice the points. Not exactly what you want. You're not supposed to collect points. So, yeah, be real careful here driving in the weekend. Other than that, what else? Oh, yes, the answer to the questions. Charlie and Charlie. Other than that, not much else to share. I just want to say thank you for the net. VK2DY, back to net.
All right, well, thank you. Got your answers down there for Charlie and Charlie. And yeah, funny, driving is a lot like golf. You want to get there as fast as you can, but you want to get there with the lowest score. That's kind of a worldwide thing. So that's how it goes. Anyway, thanks for checking in there, Robert. Hope you have a good holiday weekend. This is KEAQKO on the WWKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive, also the PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We're down at the bottom of our list. We're ready for more check-ins. So if you would like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
KEAQKO, K4OG, recheck, Kilo 4 Oscar Golf, recheck.
November 9, Kilo India, Whiskey, and 9 KIW.
Whiskey Delta 8, Lima Alpha, WD8LLA, Neo, and Metropolitan Brewster.
All right, I've got K4OG with a recheck. I have N9KIW, and I have WD8LLA. Let's go up and talk to K4OG with his recheck. Mark, take it away.
KEAQKO, K4OG, good evening, everyone. Yeah, I got off the phone with the wife, so I was able to come over here and chat a bit. Trivia questions are awesome. I'm going to say that's a tricky one, Eric, but I'm going to go with the majority and say Charlie. And I'm going to give you one more chance to say that correct with the alternate. I'm going to go with Charlie. Nick and Nite, we had a wonderful ham weekend. Went over to Ron's KB8LNK. We were tuning the extension on the, he has a tri-bander up there, and we got the driving element up a while back. We tuned a 40-meter extension he got on there, and I got out of the bucket truck just before sundown yesterday. Then I weaseled my way back down there today, and we got the guide ropes attached to it and so it doesn't bow. It's nice and horizontal now. That was fun. I extended that bucket truck as high as it could go, and even took a passenger up with me today, and he said I was a smooth operator. Yeah. And I've been doing the ISS SSTV event. That goes on for a week. It'll end Thursday. And put the radio on automatic, and I've been downloading ISS pictures. Very cool. Got some feedback on AMSAT Facebook group. Posted my rig, and they gave some great feedback. I'm adjusting things and doing what they recommend. Let's see. WATD loaned me a handheld yesterday, so I can start practicing satellite contacts with the HT. So there you go. Been a hammy kind of weekend. I love it. K4OG back to net.
All right. Well, thank you, Mark. Got your answer down there for Charlie. And Charlie, sounds like a great ham weekend. I had a 0 ham weekend for me. I didn't even have a ham sandwich this weekend. That's kind of lame. But, yeah. Well, I'll get into my weekend here later on. But thanks for talking there, Mark. Good to hear you. And glad you're able to recheck with us. Next, we have N9KIW, John. How you doing, John? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I did sign into NetLogger, but since you didn't pick me up, I decided to come on in audibly there. Not too much, just watched a lot of football today. Unfortunately, my team's lost, but hey, that's part of it. And oh man, that cheddar and horseradish cheese sounds really good. I'm gonna have to look for that online. They may sell it. I gotta find that. So before I forget, my trivia answers are Charlie and Bravo. Charlie and Bravo. Over.
W8WKY.
All right, copy that, John. Charlie and Bravo. And it's not just cheddar and horseradish cheese. It's a cheese spread. So they take cheese and cream cheese and whatever, and they kind of mix it all together. So it's a spreadable cheese, not your slicing cheese. And they sell a little plastic bin. It's just fantastic. And my wife stopped at Grandpa's Cheese Barn sometime recently, and she's like, "You want me to get that cheese you like?" I'm like, "Yeah, give me that cheese." She came home with this cheddar jalapeno, which is good, but it wasn't the cheddar horseradish. I'm like, I really like what you got me. I get that you think that I like that one, but the cheddar horseradish is just like, boom, it's right there. It nails it. Anyway, thanks, John. Appreciate it. And next we have WD8LLA, Neil. How you doing, Neil? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
This is Whiskey Delta 8, Lima Alpha. Good evening to you and everyone on the net tonight. I'm about half asleep. I usually don't check in this late, but I was really curious about the questions. I'm going with B and E, breaking and entering. The C makes a lot of sense to me, but the other one sounds like a ringer. Anyhow, I haven't been doing a lot. I got done mowing today, and I cut the end off of one of my coaxes, At least it wasn't in the middle. I can't believe it cut about an inch off behind the connector, but I'm good for doing that every once in a while. I got too many laying on the ground, but everything's gone pretty good here in Brewster, and we've got a cheese factory. But we go north of town, there's a little store called Sunny Slope. And today my wife got cheddar, bacon, Swiss, jalapeno, Swiss, hot pepper, and she got what you guys are talking about, horseradish. They've got quite a variety. And we get the Swiss cheese with the big holes. They're aged longer when the bigger the holes. So that's about it here in Brewster. Thanks for running the net. Hope everybody has a great day tomorrow. The weather sure is nice. WDALLA, back to net control.
All right, well, thank you, Neil. Got your answers down there for Bravo, and you said Echo. We didn't have an Echo answer, but if you wanted Bravo and Echo, we'll put you down for Bravo and Echo. If you wanted a different answer for the alternate, you can always come back. But yeah, one thing I also noticed recently, I was down in Florida and this summer, and there was a place down there called, it was Jim is Here smoothie stand or something like that, and they had some hot sauces, and I bought some hot sauces. Because when I travel, I like to buy souvenirs from friends, so I usually tend to buy hot sauces. And one of the ones I bought was a mango hot sauce, and I ended up making a steak marinade out of it at some point, which was fantastic. And then, Robert is Here fruit stand. That's Robert is Here fruit stand down in Homestead, Florida. Anyway. And so I was like, man, I really wish I had bought more of this mango hot sauce. And I saw a mango hot sauce at Grandpa's Cheese Barn, and I bought it. It turns out it's the same exact hot sauce. So if you're at those places, I know Grandpa's Cheese Barn makes their own cheeses, but they don't make their own hot sauces. However, the mango hot sauce you can buy there, and probably just about any other sort of standee roadside place, is fantastic. Anyway, toss that out there. My food adventures. And this is K8QKO on the WWKR repeater 147 Mark 390, positive also with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We're back to the bottom of our list. If you would like to check into the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Bravo 9, Whiskey Victor Bravo, Kurt, Oklahoma.
All right, Whiskey Bravo 9, can you come back with your call sign one more time, please? I only caught the first three.
Whiskey Bravo 9, Whiskey Victor Bravo, Kurt in Oklahoma.
All right, Whiskey Bravo 9, Whiskey Victor Bravo, got you in there, sir. Go ahead with your traffic.
Yeah, I came into the net a little bit late, but my answers are Charlie and Charlie. And I'm just out and about getting ready to go back on call for my job. I do 4 days of on-call maintenance straight through. And I can say picking up the phone and things I need to do the job from the guy who's on call right now.
All right, copy that, sir. Thanks. We got you in there for Charlie and Charlie. And I'd like to say enjoy your on-call time, but I never enjoy any sort of on-call tongue twister there. I never really enjoy any on-call time myself, but I hope it works out for you. I hope you kind of enjoy it. Is there anyone else who would like to check into the BeaconNet? Please call now. All right, nothing heard there. We will do another round of check-ins here in a little bit. But we're going to go up and talk to our Night Control team. And much like the pre-show, it's called the Mickey Mouse Roll Call, we're going to give this one a name as well. We're going to call it the Rubber Chicken Rodeo. So we're going to go up to our Rubber Chicken Rodeo. We're going to start with KE8VZA. Eric, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO in the group, KE8VZA here. Let's see, trivia. I'm going to abstain from the main, of course, and I'm going to go with Alpha for the alternate. I'm going to go out on a limb there. Hopefully there's not a big black cat on them either. Anyway, driving the PA turn. When I was in the Navy, stationed down in North for a while, I drove home a handful of times on the PA Turnpike, and I always remember passing the signs for Altoona. And in later years, after the Navy, driving with my wife, she would always say Altoona and his lovely wife Christine. So it's kind of our little joke. Anyway, and also one of the constants on my trip, and I knew I was getting closer, much closer to Cleveland, is when I could pick up 102.5 FM, which is WDVE in Pittsburgh. A nice rock and roll station there, last I heard anyway. And I do remember the change for that one radio station in Cleveland, I believe it was 107.9, the end, and they played The End of the World as we know it like for 24 hours over and over. It was annoying. Anyway, busy weekend, fixed a leaky faucet, which, you know, plumbing jobs always take 5 times longer than they should. And this was no exception, but got it fixed. And what else? Washed all my shutters on the front of the house, painted 2 of them. They're sorely in need of paint. Found a different color for them, a dark green, instead of the black. Just trying to be different. And but the 2 that I got painted looks good. The others are ready to go, so I'll hit those this week. So there you have it. KE8VZA back to net control.
All right, well, thank you, Eric. Yeah, that was a fun drive. Made that many a time. I didn't have to drive quite as far as you did because I was up there in D.C. and not all the way down in Norfolk. But, you know, that reminds me of another funny story. So I was stationed at Bowling Air Force Base in D.C., which is not an Air Force base anymore. It's a joint thing with the Navy. But one night, I was working the main gate. And, of course, you work the gate on an Air Force base or any military base. And people that are lost are going to pull up to the gate. They don't know where they're going. They're going to ask you for directions to something in the city or whatever. And you can give them directions and send them on their way. One night, I was working the gate, and this car pulls up, and they said, "Excuse me, can you tell us how to get to Akron, Ohio?" And I was like, well, lucky for you, that's where I'm from. So I gave them very precise instructions on which the best way to get through the city, to get out of the city, to get up to Akron, Ohio, where to stop and get gas. This is all before the internet, so obviously there was no Google Maps or anything like that, which made it far more impressive, I think, in my mind. But I thought that was a really funny situation. I'm like, who the heck is going to pull up to an Air Force base in Washington, D.C. and ask how to get to Akron, Ohio? What are the odds of that happening? Anyway, that's my story for the night. And yeah, thanks, Eric. Appreciate you. Appreciate all you do, and all the trivia, and the pre-show check-ins, and the logging, and everything. Next station is KD8 EPC, who is in and out. That's going to take us down to KD8 SLG. Just Nick. How you doing, Nick? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO, this is KD8 SLG. Good evening, Nick. All the Beacon Netizens. Let's see, let's start with trivia. I'm going with Charlie and Charlie. That's Charlie and Charlie, Eric. Yeah, I was in State College for a few days. A lot of driving. And just taking care of some stuff. Mowed the lawn today.
though. Foot's kind of swollen. Missed the dog. Missed Audrey. Missed all y'all. But, you know, had the radio. Audrey's getting some back surgery on Wednesday, so I will miss you all. But what do we say? Family before Hamley, right? That's all I got, man. Fine business tonight, and we'll talk to you later on. It's KD8SLG, back to Night Control.
All right, well, thank you, Nick. Got your answers down there for Charlie and Charlie. And you know what? Hamley is family. So I hope Audrey's doing well. Hope she does well from her back surgery on Wednesday. Send her our best. W8HRF Josh is in and out. Before I go down to Lucy, I'm going to say this is K8QKO on the WWKR repeater 147 Mark 290 positive, also with a PL zone of 114 Mark 8. So K8YUK, Miss Lucy, how you doing, ma'am? What do you have for the beacon net tonight? All right, nothing heard there. I'm guessing Miss Lucy might be with Mr. Lucy, and maybe she's in and out as well, which is totally fine. So sleep well, the two of you. Enjoy get as much sleep as you can. You got 2 kids. They're both very young. Get all the sleep you can get. Next, we have KI5DAY, Alan. How you doing, Alan? What do you have for the beacon net tonight?
KI5DAY in the net. Hey, for a regular trivia, I'll go ahead and say B will be my answer. Man, I don't know. That's a crazy question Eric came up with, and I'm probably guessing wrong, but I don't know. In my mind, it just seems practical. But yeah, mine's pretty odd too. I guess the old trivia question, it freaked me out when I looked it up, but that's okay. I don't. The old trivia thing is really strange. I have to come up with something week to week that's different, unusual, and the funnest part that I have with all trivia, though, is my alternative answers to the correct answers, the ones that I make up. But that's more fun than actually trying to come up with one. It's just coming up with answers that are just out there. But anyways, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, my hot water tank went out late Friday night. Right after I took a shower, I heard some water running. I was like, what is that? And it was coming out the top and the side, so it's not repairable. It's going to have to be replaced, and I've got a good deal going with this company called Air Solutions, so they're going to come out and take care of it. And I'm going to watch and pay them to do it so I don't have to fight it and kill myself and all that jazz, because I've only got one day off, and that's tomorrow. Well, I'm off yesterday and today, but I had taken off Monday because I had some stuff I need to do that I wanted to get done, but that ain't going to happen now because I got to get this tank thing done, but that's okay. I need a new tank anyway. It's been in there a long time. It's time for a new one, so we'll see how that goes. What else? I'm watching the Buffalo Pats game. Buffalo just came back and tied it up. Let's go Bills. And Dallas won this weekend. What a shock. Let me let this drop. Of course, Dallas was playing an 0-3 Jets team who is now 0-4. Hi. Sorry, New York Jets fans. Let's see. Anything new? I don't know. All that talk about fried bologna earlier was killing me. I haven't had any dinner. I've had one meal today, so maybe I'll have to find something to snack on. We'll see. But all is good. I'm just going to take it easy the rest of the night. Watch some TV after the net and chill like a bill, and I'll shoot it back to you. KI5DAY Internet.
All right, well, thank you, Ellen. Got your answer for the primary question down as Bravo. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good weekend. Yeah, for me, I took a nice hot shower today. It was great. Actually, it was after working in the yard all day, so it felt amazing. I've got a bit of a project I took on for my wife. She's had something she's wanted done for a while, and I'm trying to get it done before her birthday at the end of the month. So, digging holes, I hate digging holes. I can't tell you how much I hate
digging into the ground and digging holes. It's one of my least favorite things to do, and I've got 9 of them I have to dig. But it is what it is. It's love. It has to be, because I absolutely hate it. Anyway, aside from that, I went to my son had a soccer game yesterday. 2 more games left until the end of the season, because I really, really don't think their soccer team is going to make it into the state playoffs, which is good and bad. Good for me, bad for them. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Just kind of hanging out, getting stuff done around the house, getting stuff done with the family, and trying to get ready for winter. The weather's going to change. It's going to change fast, I think. It's like in the 80s now, and it's probably going to drop into the 60s at some point, and then suddenly it will be snowing. It'll be happen very, very quickly. It's kind of the way it goes. Yeah, and I think I said my answers. My answers are going to be Charlie and Bravo. And that is it for me. So, we're back to the bottom of this list. This is K8QKO on the W8WQR repeater. 147 Mark 290, positive also with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And we're ready for some more check-ins. If you'd like to check in with the beacon net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
KA8LYJ with a recheck.
Alpha Bravo 8 Mike Oscar, also recheck.
All right, I've got K8LYJ and AB8MO with a recheck. So, Bob, go ahead with your recheck.
Yeah, this is K8LYJ. The conversation about the Pennsylvania Turnpike, that was a really rude awakening for me. In the early 90s, I was stationed in Yorktown, Virginia, not too far from where Eric was stationed there in Norfolk. And I made the trip back to Barberton many times, with and without the wife on various occasions. And yeah, I remember the Pennsylvania Turnpike. It cost me a few bucks. I'd hit the toll plaza, get my ticket, hit the toll plaza, pay my money, and be on my way. A couple years ago, I went to a concert just outside of Washington, D.C., and I took the Turnpike, obviously, to get there. And toll gates were gone. They have cameras that read your license plate now, and then they send you a bill. And they did. They sent me a bill, and it was $90. I am never driving the Pennsylvania Turnpike again. What in the heck happened? This is KA8LYJ.
All right, yeah, Bob. I'm not too far from your opinion on that. One year, so I moved when I got out of the Air Force in 2001, and I moved back to Ohio in 2002. And you're right. The Turnpike then was go to the toll booth, collect your ticket, pay your ticket, move on. And after that, my wife and I ended up getting, I met my wife here. We got married. We had a son, and we were driving to D.C. So she had never been to D.C. before. I'm like, well, let's go visit. Let's go on like a long weekend. We drove to D.C. and I went through the Turnpike, and I saw the prices, and I'm like, holy crap! And I stopped at like one of the rest areas, and they said they had a sign like, oh, get the Easy Pass for Pennsylvania, and we'll give you this much credit, plus you'll get the whole price of the Turnpike, and you insert your ticket, and you do all these things. And so I'm like, all right, I did that. It saved me a bunch of money. But yeah, the Pennsylvania Turnpike prices are just absolutely insane. And I guess they can get away with it because there's so many people that just drive through Pennsylvania that they just kind of get away with it. But yeah, the PA Turnpike prices are absolutely insane. And it's like 50% less if you have Easy Pass. Like literally, it's so much cheaper if you do. If you drive through Pennsylvania once per year, it saves you money to pay their Easy Pass prices than if you don't. So, Yeah, the Pennsylvania Turnpike is an outrageous, especially if you don't have the Easy Pass. What they charge people is just insane. All right, thanks, Bob. And next we have AB8MO with a recheck. Andy, take it away.
AB8MO Mobile, atop what is affectionately known down in Trumbull County as Rattlesnake Hill. That's actually the highest point in Trumbull County, which is still below the elevation of where I live, which is in a hole up in Geauga County. Anyhow, boy, I got a couple things to touch on now. My original reason for the check-in, or recheck rather, was to talk about, let's see, Eric had mentioned about WDVE on 102.5. 6 months ago, it was still there. I passed the studios. There's a sign for the WDVE studios that you can see off of I-376. So it was still there as of 6 months ago. So unless something's changed, it's still a rock formatted station. And you mentioned about 107.9, and I had read about that stint somewhere where they were playing The End of the World As You Know It when they dumped the alternative format for blazing hip-hop and R&B, which is what it is now. And actually, that's exactly where we have our repeater on 107.9's tower. Pretty high up on the tower, too, but it's the exact same tower as where 107.9 resides. So it's pretty much got the coverage of 107.9. If you can go to 107.9, you could probably get into the repeater. The other thing I was going to mention about the PA Turnpike, yeah, that's the reason why I have an Easy Pass. I actually bought mine from Massachusetts because I barely use it, and I was very happy with their terms. And there was nothing that said that there was nothing that said I had to live in Massachusetts to buy it, so I did. I ordered it. They shipped it right to my house. They didn't care. So I got a Massachusetts Turnpike transponder, but it still works just the same. And even with the Easy Pass, it's still expensive, but yeah, it's absolutely outrageous if you do plate by mail. And you're right, they got rid of their toll workers years ago. I think the story that I read on that was they were planning to phase them out anyway, and then when COVID hit, they decided to implement it earlier. Just get rid of all their tow workers early. Okay, happy COVID retirement, I guess. Not a good way to lose your job, but, that's what they did. That's all I got from here. I'm only about a half hour from home now, so making progress, definitely in range of the repeater now. Thanks, Nick. K8QKO from AB8MO.
All right, well, thank you, Andy. Yeah, Easy Pass is a great way for states to save some money on their pensions. That's how it goes. Yeah, I never really looked at other states. I had Pennsylvania's Easy Pass for a while, and then it was tied to my debit card, and then I got a new card, and I just totally forgot to update it, and eventually just kind of went away. And I had the transponder, but I couldn't access my account anymore to update my transponder because they closed it. And so a number of years back, I picked up the Ohio Easy Pass, and I just used that one. Not horrible. I honestly, the driving that I use and the money I save on it, it pretty well pays for itself and saves me some money. So I just kind of deal with it and pay the Ohio fees for the Easy Pass. I don't do a lot of toll driving, but I usually go on the turnpike at least once or twice a year. And then if we go on vacation, we tend to hit some toll roads. And now most states, like even North Carolina, we went down there earlier this year. And they don't have Easy Pass. They have whatever their pass system is, but also works with Easy Pass. So most of the East Coast states tend to all work together now, and they support each other. And you can use your transponder in multiple states and multiple parts of the East Coast. But I think even the West Coast is starting to adapt some of that. So for whatever it's worth, that's what I do.
Yeah, anyway, so we're back to the bottom of the list. This is KE8QKO on the WAWKR repeater 147 Mark 2 positive, also the PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And we can do another round of check-ins. If you'd like to check in or recheck to the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Recheck, K7QA.
Go ahead, Bart.
I'll go to the other radio because the one was on, so I turned the one down, go to the other one. But yeah, I was going to say that about the easy passes. A lot of the East Coast and down Carolinas, I don't know what Florida is, but there's two of them. There's Easy Pass and there's Sunshine or something. And yeah, and each day has the different types of fees. Ohio's is 75 cents a month. And I don't know what other ones are. But yeah, I was up at Kennywood one time, and I stopped at the McDonald's next to Kennywood. And I stopped there, you know, and I went out to the car after I was done, and there was a car next to me. He was a Pennsylvania car, and I must have worked there. But he had a New York Easy Pass. He had it just stuck right on the dash. So, yeah, I used it when I went up to New York, up to Buffalo, Buffalo, I think. Is that the first one? Yeah, Buffalo. So it worked out. So it's a lot easier, too. I just used it the other day. You only stop, just slow down, go through the tolls, and that's it. So, yeah, I was going to mention that, yeah. It's wish that they all just settle on the base fees, but yeah, depending on what your state does and that, and how much discount they do. But in some places, I think even garages and that use them in Pennsylvania and that. Whoever wants to buy into the network, I guess. So we'll send it. Yeah, it works out to Wisconsin up that way, Illinois. So they got a map on there, tells and shows you where states it is. There's a little sliver up in Michigan at work, so I think it's Bridgers or something up there probably. But we'll send it back your way, K7QV.
W8WKY.
All right, well, thank you, Mark. Thanks for your comments. Is there anyone else who would like to check into the BeaconNet? Please call now. All right, nothing heard there. Let's get some trivia answers. K8VZA, can you read the primary answers, please?
KE8QKO, the group, KE8VZA here with the main trivia answer. So 2 to 4 band GSM digital microwave radio transceiver that operates near 850 megahertz or 1900 is Charlie a cell phone? As most of you arrived at that conclusion, and that was correct. So the backstory, prior to 1995, there was only a single band. It was band 5 in the 850 megahertz range. It's still used, but it has a narrow bandwidth of only 26 megahertz. And the growth in cell phone use by consumers, as you know, over the years, they've expanded into band 2 in 1900 megahertz range. And let's see, where's the other one here? I'm kind of skipping down this. It's kind of a lengthy response, but 1700 megahertz, 2100 megahertz, and 700 megahertz. So there you have it. There's actually 5 bands between 698 and 2155 megahertz that are currently in use, if you factor in the ranges of all those bands. Anyway, there you have it, Charlie cell phone. KE8VCA back to net control.
All right, well, thank you, Eric. Charlie for cell phones. Let's see if I get the second one right. You know, it's funny. Last Wednesday, I had my answers down. I actually should have gotten both right, but I got my answer messed up on Lucy's question of, yeah. So I actually chose the wrong letter and realized that afterwards, like, oh, crap, I chose the wrong letter. But let's see if I chose the right letter with Mr. Allen, KI5DAY. Would you read the alternate trivia answer, please?
Alrighty, KI5DAY. Tonight's alternate trivia was there are so many strangely named things many have likely never heard of. One of these things is named black sapote. So which one of these things is black sapote? Well, where I grew up in southeastern Oklahoma, we called black mountain lions panthers. But it is not a mountain lion, and it is not a plant that's like gingerbread, but it is in fact a fruit that resembles chocolate pudding. They say that it's a tropical fruit native to Mexico, Central America, and South America. Belongs to the persimmon family, commonly known as the chocolate pudding fruit, because it has a dark, creamy flesh that resembles chocolate pudding when it's ripe. It even has sweet and mild taste, often described as having flavor reminiscent of chocolate or caramel. So there you go. Go out tomorrow and get you some black sapote plant fruit and see what it tastes like. Hi. KI5DAY back to net.
All right, Alan, can you which letter was that again?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was letter C, as in Charlie. A fruit that resembles chocolate pudding was the answer, letter C.
All right, copy that, sir. Thank you. 1 out of 2 is not bad. And thanks for the alternate trivia. You got me on one of your tricky answers. Appreciate it. Okay, this is KE8QKO on the WAW Kilo Repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We've talked to everybody. We've got trivia answers. We've got the trivia answered. And we're going to do one final round of check-ins or rechecks. If you'd like to check in or recheck to the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right, nothing heard there. I would like to thank everyone for an excellent BeaconNet. Actually, excellent 2 BeaconNets. Lately, I've switched to a college-ruled notebook or legal pad for my net logs. And most BeaconNets recently I've been able to get 3 nets of the actual regular net check-ins on one page. I'm down to 2. So last net and this net filled up 1 full legal pad of college-ruled paper for additional check-ins after the pre-show. So that's awesome. I love that. And yeah, let's continue on. On behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, KE8VCA, KI5DAY, KD8SLG, W8HRF, K8YUK, K8EPC, and Larry the Rubber Chicken, I would like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us on the next edition of the BeaconNet on Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the WAW KLR repeater, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink the WAW-KY-R. You are welcome to join us on the Barometer Net, also on the WAW KLR repeater, every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, except for Sundays. Don't forget to check out our friends on the Board and Breaker Net, every day at noon Central Time on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. You've been listening to BeaconNet. This is KE8 QKO, returning the repeater to normal and customary amateur radios at the time, 73 all.